Today on the channel, we got one of the most elusive guys on the planet from the Loose Collector toy line in the Crypt series. We got Bigfoot.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Loose Collector unboxing and review. And today on the channel from the Crypt series, we got the biggest, baddest cryptid of all time. We got Bigfoot. But for all your Bigfoot needs, better hit up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save yourself 8%. And they carry the Loose Collector Cryptids line over there at DJC Collectibles. And you guys know by now, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's dive into old Bigfoot. And I'm a long-time Bigfoot fan. I think the first time I remember ever hearing of Bigfoot was from an episode of In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy, rerun on the Sci-Fi Channel when I was a little kid in the 80s somewhere. You're a little kid in the 80s and you don't hear about these things. So then you watch this show, you learn about aliens, ghosts, all kinds of things. But Bigfoot was one that stole my heart as a little kid that is still stealing my heart to today. I want to believe so bad that Bigfoot is out there. I don't know. I haven't seen one, haven't come across one. I've heard the stories, I've seen the shows. But man, oh man, I just wish they could find a Bigfoot. We'll see. Maybe one of these days. I think I subscribe to the belief that he is extraterrestrial and he's a partner, a pet, something of that of the aliens. And then he goes through wormholes or something. Maybe. I don't know. Todd, you? Todd's twinkling his toes over there. We're not sure what to make of it, but man, it would be very cool to see that we're not alone and there's something like this out there in the woods. I don't know. I want to believe so bad, but somebody needs to get me some dedicated proof there is what we need. Bigfoot, Crypt series, of course. Bigfoot right there. 1/12 scale. Bigfoot, almost looking like Beastman, of course. Looking good on the side over here. And we got a lot of these to unbox on the channel. I got all the varieties, and there it is on the cross cell down below. You can pause the video if you want to read the whole bio on Bigfoot. In the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, of course, that's where he lives. That's where he hangs out. We're going to dive into it here. We're going to see what all the fuss is about. And we've unboxed some other Loose Collector stuff on the channel over the years. Oh my, look at this. Headless Bigfoot is what we got going on here. All kinds of stuff going on, but I'm going to take it offline. I'm going to get this out of the package. We'll be back talking all things Bigfoot. All right, we got Bigfoot out of the package. Let's dive in. Let's start it off. Pretty minimal in the accessory department right here, but I guess you don't really assume, and we know what happens when you assume, Todd McFarlane, that he's going to have a ton of accessories. I mean, what are you going to put with a Bigfoot? Like a big machine gun? Oh yeah, coming soon to the channel. Stay tuned to that one in a little bit. But when you think of Bigfoot, you think of a Bigfoot out in the woods, maybe stealing a picnic basket. I don't know what he's up to, but I don't think of a lot of accessories with our traditional, in our brains, Bigfoot. Of course, the real Bigfoot, the real one, not thinking cartoony Bigfoots and stuff. And I should say, when I'm getting my cryptid creatures in action figure form, I want them to look a little rough around the edges. I want them to look, dare I say, evil, if that's the right word. I don't want cartoony looks for them. Now, I'm not definitely opposed to it. I definitely like Bigfoot in all shapes and sizes. But when I think of Bigfoot in action figure form, I want him to be a little bit more scary. That's what I'm looking for. Because if we ran into Bigfoot out in the woods, we'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what we're seeing here today. I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, there's that goofy Bigfoot doing something crazy. That's just my brain. But I'm not opposed. I'll have more Bigfoot figures in the collection. But this is kind of what I think of. Almost like a bear hybrid, human hybrid, whatever you want to call Bigfoot out there. This is what I think of. Gorilla, obviously a big one too. But let's dive into it. We got the splayed out hands. You got those creepy black nails. You got the big old hands out there. He's going to carve you up with one of these. Looking very good. I want Bigfoot to be able to like grab a goat and rip him in half and eat him in like 2 bites. That's what I want out of my big feet. And I want him to throw some punches and bunches as well. Got the 2 big old fists of fury here. Nice details on these hands too. You even got a little bit of the hair on the paw. Love the looks of that. Looking beautiful here. So you got some hands, you got some choices. You got some shaken hands out of the package. So Bigfoot can give you one of those if you need to. 2 heads out of the package, none on the body here, which is interesting, but you get pretty much what you'd think of. If you're going to get 2 heads for Bigfoot, you get a stoic head and a screaming, yelling head. So you got the long, reddish brown fur on him, the very wise face. Bigfoot, all the definitions and looks of Bigfoot, he looks very wise. He looks like an old shaman or something like that you'd see. And of course, with the Native American history of Bigfoot and stuff, I mean, maybe it's all correlated. I don't know. Maybe he's a shapeshifter. Maybe he's a skinwalker. Who knows what Bigfoot's up to? I'm thinking he's going through portals, maybe. I don't know what he's doing out there. But this guy is pretty much what I think of. Very stoic, very alert, kind of soaking it all in, very wise, the old wise man of the woods. That's what I'm thinking of Bigfoot right here. So I like this one. But if you want to get a little ferocious with it, you got the screaming, yelling face. You got the big old sharp teeth there, the demented eyes. Really just depends which way you want your Bigfoot to be. And honestly, I'm leaning towards stoic Bigfoot. He's going to be creeping. He's a creeper. That's what he's going to be. I don't know, but 2 good heads on Bigfoot. And we're all here for some Bigfoot head, Todd McFarlane. Now, getting to the body itself, nice weight on this one here. Now, he does got the fur. Slides right over the top if need be. Looking interesting here. So you got the big fur line. So you can leave it on, leave it off, choose your own adventure as far as that does go. But it does slide right over the top very easily. And I'm going to pop this head on here. See how easy that goes on. Fairly easy. Yep, right there. Pop that on. And oh yeah, that completes the look on old Bigfoot right here. We're ready to dive in on this one. And putting the head on there, it does look good. A little small for the body, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. Maybe a little small. Could have been a hair bigger. Not the end of the world, though. But it does look good. The fur over the top with the reddish brown really blending into the beard and the hair of Bigfoot there. Long, gangly arms, much like a gorilla. And a lot of people think he's somewhere in that hybrid, monkey, ape, pedigree, whatever you want to call it. Looking good. You get the brown fur throughout. I do like the simple, lighter fur on the chest. Kind of like a turtle. The underside of a turtle being light and dark on the shell. You get a little of that going on. He's got his fur diaper here. It almost looks like it's straight out of Eternia, but it's all fur. It's all fur right there. Got some big feet down here. I wouldn't think of anything less for a Bigfoot, would you? Got to have those big old feet, those big old hammer toes. Looking very cool down there, though. But boy, those nails need a pedicure and a manicure. There's no doubt. Big, beefy guy, though. Like I said, very heavy figure, as he should be. He's a big bruiser, 1/12 scale as well. Now, the head is removable, as we saw, as is the fur. Head back and forth, side to side, up and down. A little bit of movement here, a little bit more. A little bit of a slide up and down as well there. Arms, big, tight arms. Oh, my gosh. Oh, very tight in the joints. Wouldn't hurt to heat this guy up, I don't think. Arms do go all the way around for us. But like I said, very tight. The hair does move out of the way if you need it to. Got a bicep cut on that one. Double jointed, pinless elbows. Very heavy duty joints. Hands removable back and forth, side to side as we talked about. Hula hoop up there in the middle. Plus a little traditional waist. Those big old Bigfoot woodsman splits if you do need them. Leg goes up for a big boot. Now it does affect the diaper there, so make note of that. You could bend that and move through there if you need to. Goes all the way out there for the old Jonathan Brandis sidekick. A little bit of thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knees. Smooth as butter on these knees. You know I love that. And you do get a little ankle back, forth, side to side, up and down. And then you got that Bigfoot toe articulation if you need it as well. But man, he's a big brute. No hole in his foot for a stand, but once again, he's got a pretty darn big base on him. You're not going to need a stand for Bigfoot. He'll stand just fine on his own. Looking pretty good, but not a bad piece of business. And I'm honestly shocked we haven't got more Bigfoot figures over the years. We've got a few as of recently. There's the Crypt Kickstarter with some Bigfoots in it as well. But before that, we just see stuff here and there. Not tons of Bigfoot stuff. So very fun to get something like this. And honestly, you could use this with other toy lines. And I think that's what most people buy these loose collectors for. They mix them with their G.I. Joe, their Marvel Legends, whatever it may be. And speaking of comparisons, let's do it. How about a little Marvel Legend? Here's your, I'd say, standard Marvel Legend figure, the latest Ghost Rider figure. You can see that difference between the sizes here. Is Bigfoot maybe a little too big for Marvel Legends? Maybe. But nobody really knows his true size for sure, do they? Do they? I don't know. But I do got, of course, a little Sasquatch action from Marvel Legends, so you can kind of compare that. So I could see a lot of people using this as a stand-in, putting this in Alpha Flight or something as Sasquatch if you wanted to. that is a possibility if that is kind of your thing. We also just recently unboxed this on the channel, the new grizzly figure, so you can see how he compares against a bear. I can see a bear and a Bigfoot fighting out in the woods. They're fighting over some deer carcass or something. Maybe, you never know. And then we got the big bad nationwide Mr. Hyde. Unboxed this a couple years ago on the channel. He is a brute, a little shorter, but man, way, way bigger. He is from the Crypt line as well. Absolutely love this Mr. Hyde figure, but I love this Bigfoot figure too. Needed representation of Bigfoot in my collection. It doesn't get much bigger than this guy right here. From the Loose Collector line, the Crypt series, as we know. Available over there at DJC Collectibles. Also Big Bad Toy Store. I think those are the two primary places that I know of, at least, to buy these big bad boys here. And we got a lot more to unbox on the channel. We're unboxing all the different varieties of this. And, of course, the werewolf. You know I'm a werewolf guy as well. So we're diving into a lot of loose collectors on the channel right now, basically. So make sure you're subscribing to this channel. But let me know your thoughts on Bigfoot down there. You ever had a Bigfoot sighting? You ever lucky enough to see Bigfoot, the hide-and-seek champion of the universe, the galaxy, the world, Todd McFarlane? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel each and every single day. Plenty of content to keep you busy over there. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for Bigfoot, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
There's some strange shit going on in this house, and I know damn well it is.
There has to be a leader of this group, and I think that guy is me. There is no way a guy with the nickname Bread Jesus is leading this group.
See